What up, guys? Welcome to another video. This is the recap and review for WWE Backlash. Start to finish, WWE put on a great event. This event was phenomenal. To start off, WWE lowered the ads, and would you look at that? You gave each match like 15 to 20 minutes to work with, and it was great. All the matches were great. Top to bottom, all five were phenomenal. This was a perfectly put together pay-per-view, WWE. This is the blueprint of how you do this shit. This is the blueprint of how you run this company. Yes, there were still a lot of ads, but it's 2026. There's going to be ads. With these streaming services, there's going to be ads. But this is how you do it. You make these superstars. You give your talent time. And this is what they can do. They can put on heater after heater after heater after heater after heater. Fantastic. And another thing, shout out to the Jacksonville crowd. I mean, they fucking made this event a really, really, really good event to a great event. They were loud for every single moment. And if they weren't loud, they got loud. I'm going to get to them during each of these matches. So let's get into it. We have Seth versus Braun. This was a phenomenal match. I mean, I knew it was going to be good. These two in the ring are great. Seth's one of the best ever to do it, in my opinion, and Braun is a young star. This was a fast-paced match at the start, and then Braun's able to control him through the middle part with good, powerful moves like suplexes and belly-to-bellies and all his normal stuff. He jumps off the ring onto Seth on the announce table, and then they go back and forth, countering. Braun Breaker counters Seth Rollins' Falcon Arrow into his own Falcon Arrow. We have them reversing stomps, reversing pedigrees, hitting each other with that classic where someone's going for a spear and Seth hits a pedigree on him. It was just great. In the ending, we have Seth hits that pedigree move, goes for a stomp, and then goes for a mega stomp off the rope into a spear. And then he's able to hit another spear, and Braun Breaker picks up the win here. This is exactly how I thought this match was going to go. It was going to be a great match, and it was going to lean towards Braun Breaker picking up the win here because they have to continue with this feud. And the only way to continue with this feud was have Braun Breaker picking up the win here. And I love how they incorporated the Vision, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory. They came to the ring to distract Seth Rollins, but it did not directly affect the ending of the match. They came out, they got taken out with Seth grabbed a chair and was able to take them out, but then came back to the ring. They went on, did their normal match, but then Braun was able to pick up the win on his own kind of thing. Paul Heyman helped a little bit trying to distract the referee, but this match hit every single bullet point that they needed to hit. From it being a good match, from the distractions, from the in-ring, to all the choreographed, or everything about it, the mind games between them two. This match hit every single point. And like I said, Braun Breaker picking up the win here. This feud can go on for more and more time now. Just because of how good this match was, this feud can continue on. We have Paul Heyman obviously lined with Braun Breaker, so they can continue that. And then now we kind of have the Logan Paul and Austin Theory really tied into Braun Breaker ever so slightly. So this match, I love this match, man. I mean, it wasn't the greatest thing ever or the most hyped up thing in the world, but I feel like for a mid-level PLE, this match really hit home. It was a great way to open up the show especially with the fans. As soon as that Seth Rollins music hit, they went crazy. So give that a thumbs up. Next, we get into Trick versus Sami Zayn. This match was also very, very good. I mean, they had a great dynamic. Both of them were using some underhanded tactics. Yachty was helping Trick cheat. Sami was potentially going to get himself disqualified. He was also cheating, grabbing the ref, faking an injury. And then it goes to the end where Yachty's able to hit him with the kendo stick behind the ref's back. Sami gets mad, takes out Yachty. Halivu kicks him, and as soon as he gets back in the ring, Trick's able to hit a trick shot and pick up the win here and retain his United States Championship. And this match was great because they didn't have to do it in fucking 6 or 7 minutes like they did at WrestleMania. This match hit on every like the last match. It gave us all the answers and hit on every point. I truly feel like this is the nearing the end. This is the end of the feud for these two, and their match really put it at like that. Still, the dynamic of who's a heel and who is the babyface, you can kind of sort it out. Obviously, with the crowd, they were booing the hell out of Sami Zayn the whole night, which made it even better because he's like, come on, why are y'all booing me? He wants the booze. Secretly, he wants the booze. But he's like, why are you booing me? He leans into it with the heelish acts during the match. And but he's constantly wondering why he's getting booed. And then Trick Williams is hyping up the crowd, doing his normal stuff, and but still Yachty's back there cheating for him. So this match was really, really good, really entertaining, and I feel like this ended the feud, and now we can finally possibly. I think where this goes from here is Trick Williams is going to go on to defend that United States Championship during that mid card. And the thing is, for Sami Zayn, I don't know quite what they do. I mean, I'm really clueless at what they do with Sami Zayn here. There's many things you could do with him. You could turn him fully heel, or continue this double-sided heel and babyface Sami Zayn that's a little bit confused, doesn't know what to do, or 100% sure of what side he should fall on. And so again, I feel like this put an end to that, and now the two can finally go their separate ways. The next match we have is Danhausen and a mystery partner versus The Miz and Kit Wilson. The mystery partner is to be revealed as Mini Danhausen, Mini Luchahausen. He opens up the crate the clone machine, and a Mini Danhausen comes out. A little midget guy. And immediately I see the guy and I'm like, oh, is something going to happen where the little guy gets taken out, and then we have a bigger reveal of someone else as Danhausen's partner? But no, WWE didn't do that. And as soon as the guy, Mini Danhausen, comes walking out, I notice the long hair, obviously the mask. This is a luchador. I am pretty sure this is someone they brought from AAA. And we get a Mini Luchador Hausen. And at first, the crowd was not liking it. They were like murmuring. There's some boos in the crowd because they were just a little bit underwhelmed with the result of who the mystery partner for Danhausen was going to be. But let me tell you, they got into it. And as soon as Luchahausen is able to get in the ring, he starts flying around, taking on Kit Wilson and The Miz, going back and forth, doing lucha moves, jumping off the rope, doing Hurricane Ranas, doing flips, doing dives. Everything a luchador would do, he is doing. And that started to slowly win the crowd over. We had some funny spots where Miz does a skull crusher finale on the Mini Luchahausen. He takes him completely off the ground and hits a skull crusher finale. And when he's completely off the ground, that leads to they continue on going back and forth. Danhausen get in the ring, and Danhausen straight up went. He could go. He was doing suplexes and all running back and forth in a funny little spot where he gets tired and asks for a break. He stops in the middle of the match, tells, hey, I need a break, but then continues on to take out Miz and Kit Wilson. Eventually, the Mini Hausen runs up the ramp, getting chased by Kit Wilson. He goes, and Kit Wilson ends up throwing him back into the clone machine, trying to lock the door. He puts the door out, and the door breaks down, and we have Luchahausen comes out with a bunch of other Mini Hausens. They continue to chase around the ring. The Miz grabs a fire extinguisher from underneath the ring, goes to spray all the little Hausens, and ends up looking at it and spraying himself because he's cursed. Oh, this match was absolute comedic. It was great. Yes, it was not the serious wrestling that everyone likes, but it was so goddamn funny, and they hit everything they needed to do. It was great. So anyways, he ends up spraying himself, spraying Kit Wilson. He gets thrown back into the ring, and Danhausen hits his pump kick, and boom, Danhausen and Mini Danhausen, Luchahausen pick up the win in this funny match. Now, WWE knew what they were doing here. Danhausen, The Miz, and Kit Wilson, they know how to... I've said this a million times, and everyone knows it. They know how to transform a crowd. They know how to get them involved. They know every little thing. They can control every single person in the arena. From booing and all those murmurs to like the reveal, they were able to grab them. They were chanting, "This is awesome." They were chanting for Mini Hausen. They were chanting for everything. And they were able to capture the audience and put on just a great, funny match. Yes, it was funny. All the antics they had, all the midgets, all the facial expressions from Kit, Miz, and all that, it was great. But if you look deep into the match, they put on some good wrestling. These minis, what they call in Mexico, these minis can wrestle. They are phenomenal in the ring. And Danhausen looked great too. And then obviously the Miz and Kit Wilson Kit Wilson didn't get as much time to shine as I would like, but he can go too. So top to bottom, comedic, in ring. This match did its job, and people, I think, really enjoyed it online. Props to these four. I don't know if they continue it because this is kind of like an end-all match here, end-all feud match here, but oh man, this was great, and a great, right in the middle of the show. This is how you do a comedy match, right in the middle of the show, get everyone hype, and then so great. I give this another double thumbs up. So we have 3 matches, 3 for 3, double thumbs up. And next we have Io versus Asuka. Again, this match started off with like a dark cloud over it because immediately the crowd started chanting, "We want Kairi," through the beginning of the match, sometimes through the middle. So it kind of was like there was a little bit of a, like I said, a cloud over the match. It felt dark, like it felt like it lost life. But these two women go absolutely crazy in the ring. I always say Asuka is not that great in the ring, but boy did she put on a match and a half here with Io, and Io's the best wrestler in the whole damn company. But these two go back and forth, hard hitting, like they look like they're in a grudge match. And then there was a cool spot, very very fun spot. And both on the announce table, Asuka goes to mist Io, and she grabs a notebook from the announce table and puts it up and blocks the mist. And they continue fighting in the ring. Again, just going back and forth, hard hitting. And it ends with Io hitting a suplex, a bullet train effect into the over the moonsault, and she picks up the win here, which, as I expected, that's what happened. But the ending was a little bit confusing. I'm not sure what we got here, but she picks up the win. And then Asuka congratulates her and shows respect. Is like crying and hugging her. So what does that leave for Asuka? I am not too sure. Is she a baby face now? Because those were real. Like it wasn't really like her to do that. I thought that she was going to turn on her again and they were going to continue this feud, but that wasn't the case. She hugs her. Is that a hint at retirement? I am not too sure what Asuka done here. So we do that, and Io obviously picks up the win, and this is to end that. So she hopefully can go on to bigger and better things on Raw. She can go after a mid-card title, go back into the main event scene, and there's the options are endless for Io Sky. But the real question is, what is Asuka doing? But again, great match. These women absolutely cooked, man. Another double thumbs up. WWE's 3 for 3 because they let their talent shine. They let their talent do their thing. They gave them the time. Man, this was great. So next we get into the John Cena announcement segment, which he just announced that there will be a John Cena Classic. It's a new championship where the people can pick the champion. Even if they lose in the tournament or whatever it is, that the people will be able to pick the champion here. And it's kind of funny that they did this right after they fired the match that everyone wants Kairi Sane back, and they fired her. People were chanting for her. People wanted her, but they didn't give people that. So it's kind of ironic that they did that right after that. But anyways, I'm kind of intrigued by what the tournament and the championship looks like, or what they do here. But the only thing I'm concerned about is this going to be treated as a joke? I don't think it didn't really give me that vibe, but WWE can put this on and then kind of throw in some mid-level talent here or mid-level matches and kind of make it meaningless. So we'll see where this goes. I'm intrigued, but I'm still not like up in arms and super excited about it. But with John Cena saying it, I feel like it could be something serious and could be something meaningful. So we'll see here in the future. And then we get to the main event: Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu. This match was another great match, and it wasn't like the most technical masterpiece or some shit that we never seen. These two just went out there and said, "We're going to give y'all the biggest hits: Superman punches, moonsaults, all the normal offense, Samoan drops, the Tongan death grip." It was real physical back and forth, and throughout the whole match, Jacob was trying to grab that Tongan death grip. There's a cool spot where he power bombs Roman through the announce table, real physical. And then we get Roman using some underhanded tactics, grabbing the referee, and the match ends here with Roman grabbing the referee and grabbing the turnbuckle protection or covering, and he's able to throw Jacob Fatu in there and hit him with a spear and pick up the win here, which I'm not shocked about. But the real good stuff was after the match. And by the way, throughout the whole match, Jacob Fatu was no selling everything. he looked like he was getting hit with spears, kicking out at one, just getting taken down or getting hit, and just got right back up and was doing his little shake, doing everything, doing all the Jacob Fatu stuff. So they did a real good job portraying him as this freak, as this unstoppable force, as this psycho, and it progressed into the post-match. Roman picks up the win here, and he's laying on the ground. Jacob Fatu immediately gets up. After the spear, he rolls back to the corner and then gets up, and he looks menacing. And he immediately goes on the attack. He beats the break off of Roman Reigns. He continually grabs him with that Tongan death grip. And just Roman selling is just A++, man. Roman Reigns is making Jacob Fatu look like $1 million. So he continuously goes after the Tongan Rep, but he is destroying security. He's throwing Aaron Pierce. He's hitting referees. And then he gets back outside the ring, and then he comes right back in the ring and attacks Roman again. And the menacing, he is staring into the camera with just spit and drool. And he looks like a rabid animal attacking Roman Reigns here. And he is just destroying him. And eventually he grabs the title. Roman's down on the ground and stands over top of him holding the title. So this feud is still going to continue. And another great thing is no one else got involved. No other shenanigans, extra people got involved in this match. It was just them two. Roman was able to pick up the win. But man, that ending is exactly what I predicted. There needed to be a way where you could still make Jacob Fatu look strong, even in an L. And this is how you do it. Because even right after the match, after he got pinned, he got back up and Roman was still down. This was great, man. So this feud is going to continue, and I hope it continues all the way through the summer, into SummerSlam, because it seems like all the other main eventers are kind of taken up or booked in a way. So this can continue, and with all the other Samoans and the Bloodline, there's so many more angles that this can go. But it's obviously, for me, it just needs to stay between Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns, and then have the Usos on the side, being like a middleman, trying to relay a message back and forth. Like I said, top to bottom, this PLE is what WWE needs to do. This is the blueprint. WWE needs to do this week in, or not week in and week out, month in, month out, whatever they do, and do all the PLEs like this, because this just made my night, man. I was really scared, really nervous, especially after WrestleMania, what WWE was going to do, and they did it. And the crowd made this even better again. So I'm sorry for repeating myself, but I'm giving this the props that it deserves. So, double thumbs up to all the matches, all the segments, all the performers, all the in-ring talent, and everything. So I'm gonna give this show an A, not an A+. I'm just gonna get an A-, because there's still, I've seen shows that are absolutely great. So I'm gonna give the show an A-. Maybe that how bad WWE's been the past few months has really skewed my opinion, but I'm still gonna give it an A-. So there's that. And thanks for tuning in. And we had a really busy weekend with all these events, but I'm gonna continue putting out videos. All the videos that I can. I'm gonna be consistent with some UFC. Obviously, WWE. When football comes back around, I'm gonna do that. I might even get into some basketball if I'm feeling that. But like I said, I am in an absolutely fantastic mood. Everyone I wanted to win on UFC won. WWE was fantastic. My Cleveland Cavaliers won, even though they're still losing in the series 2-1. But I'm having a great day, so I hope you guys are too. And take care.